You will get addicted to coding after watching this video. Video games are hacking the reward center of your brain to release dopamine in response to a pleasurable experience. So if you learn how to make coding a game, you'll get addicted to it, improve your skills, and have fun, all without any of the downsides of playing a video game. And at the end of the video, I will show you one hack you can actually take advantage of right now. Before we get into that, there's one big difference between coding and gaming. When you win in coding, you get paid a lot. My name is Christian. I run the Developer Pro coaching program, and I'll show you not one, not two, not three, but 8 ways to gamify coding so you get addicted to progression, get results, and start a new career as a remote developer. I recently picked up an Xbox and I use it when I walk on the treadmill as a means to get more steps in and lose excess body fat. And as I played Forza, GTA 5, Crysis, and many other games, I realized there are 3 main categories of challenges: time, length, and amount. And all of these categories can be measured in some way or another. And this is the key. We want to measure progress so we can figure out if we are improving or not. So let's look at the first one, time-based challenges. This is the simplest one to start with. This is all about how long can you do a task until you get tired. Think of a marathon, or how fast you can do something. Think sprinting. And there are 2 types of time-based challenges. The first one is, how long can I stay focused? This is a good one for people who have low attention span because it trains you to stay focused for longer. You can start with 1 minute. If you break focus, then you wait 2, then 3. And in a week, you'll be able to stay locked in for 1 hour or more. The second time-based challenge is, how fast can I solve a coding problem? We added this in the coaching program in the weekly interview prep calls, and it works like this. You receive a problem, say solve a JavaScript algorithm, and we start a 10-minute timer, and you have to get it done in 10 minutes or less. I found that my students get faster at solving quizzes and their performance improved. At the same time, you can solve more algos that are the same level, and you want to save the amount of time it took to solve. Store that in a spreadsheet, and if the overall weekly time trend goes down, then it means you got faster. This works for HTML and CSS in a very similar fashion. You get a task, say build the Apple landing page. How long does it take you to do it? It's the same principle applied in a different setting. You need to understand the principle, not where you have to apply it. And so far we cover time-based challenges. Now we get into the length-based challenges. Length-based challenges are more like Flappy Bird. How far can you go without dying? And there are 4 types. The first one is, how much code can you write without checking the output, without checking the console. This is super fun because it challenges you to actively think about what you are doing. Beginners rely a lot on the console, and that's fine. But if you teach yourself to predict your code, you'll naturally become better at thinking in code. Where can you apply this? Anywhere from writing HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, server code in Node, it doesn't matter. Super effective, and it's gonna be a game changer. That is a promise. The next one is, how much can I code without Googling? I know there are memes out there that say programmers Google everything all the time, which is kind of true, but not really. This is more of an advanced challenge, and you'll get better at it in larger time increments, say over weeks and months instead of hours and days like the other ones. The more you learn, the more you can focus on memorizing syntax and concepts. If you don't need to look up things, you'll just be faster and more efficient. I hope that's obvious. I can guarantee you that. Imagine Jimmy, who always needs to look up everything and who always needs to check the console, versus Chad, who runs his code in his head and memorizes the syntax. Chad beats Jimmy every single time. It doesn't matter if you don't need to memorize the syntax and all this stuff, but it's gonna help you if you just do it, right? Why not do something that's gonna help you anyway? And you know what else Chad does? Chad smashes the like button, so if you wanna be more like Chad, hit that like button and let's continue. Third type of challenge is, how can you write more code to achieve the same output? This will teach you to be more explicit and descriptive in your coding. You want to exaggerate your coding as much as possible to the point where even a bootcamp graduate can understand it. Wait, too evil? The fourth type is all about making your code as short and compact as possible. This will teach you to use all the weird quirks and new things of the language to solve your challenges. If it doesn't look like hieroglyphs, you're not doing it right. Next up, we have amount challenges. And here we have two types of games we can play with ourselves. First, how many X can I do in a week? Replace X with algos, websites, challenges, features, apps you can build in a week. This is a beginner-friendly challenge because the further you go in your career, you'll spend more time solving less problems that have a higher impact. And the second type of time-based challenge is how many hours can you spend per week coding. The more time you spend doing something, the better you get at it. Simple as. If you want to be an armchair coder, like the people that are hating on my comment section, just look at tutorials. If you want to get paid and work as a developer, then you need to write software. You need to develop software. Count the hours and stack up the cash. The reason why this will work so well and you'll be so successful is because it shifts the goal from seeking an outcome to enjoying the process. And yes, while the outcome is 100% needed, you don't want to be miserable getting there. So if you enjoy the journey, not the destination, as the saying goes, that means you can make the journey as sick and epic as possible. You can use all these games at the same time at different levels in your coding journey. Some work better for some people, while others might not work at all. But before you say some of them are silly, try them out first. I hated Tailwind before I committed to using it, and now I love it. Give this a shot and then thank me later. Oh wait, but there's more. You know what makes games better? Playing with other people. So if you want to be part of a community that is hungry and motivated, you can apply for my coaching. That's the first link in the description. And if you want to check out my coaching program before you join, that's the second link in the description, and you can find a couple of free courses in there. You can find interview prep calls, coaching calls, and you can gain a lot of knowledge just by going through that content. So that's pretty much it. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, like it. Drop a comment if you have any ideas, if you've tried any of these games, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.